What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Pokemon Masters EX video. My name is Charlie. Today, I'm going to show you guys a very free-to-play friendly 4200 run? Yeah, 4200 run. So that way you guys can get all those good things without any of the superfluous, frivolous extra things that go all the way up to 7,500. But this way you'll at least get all the completion rewards and the 5-star tickets, so you can turn those into custom 5-star power-ups. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the options for Koga first. There we go. So here's the options that we're doing for Koga. You know, we're giving him some HP and stuff. This is the team that we're using. Flannery and Torkoal is going to be our Sync Nuker. Torchic is, of course, going to provide some support for powering up Torchic. And Misty is here to give us some special defense and heal us up. And give us some evasiveness, too, because why not, right? So the first thing we're going to do is Will-O-Wisp everybody. Everybody's getting burned because we have Burn Synergy, both the Burn Synergy 5s for our build. And we're going to throw evasiveness and healing onto Starmie herself, and then we're going to do it onto Torkoal. And Torchic's just here to absorb some hits when Starmie goes down. If Starmie goes down. I recorded the gameplays at work this week because it's a busy week at work. If I explained that in the Yell and Dream event video, it was uploaded previously to this one. It's a long week at work, but we're getting things done. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do our first sync move against the Ariados. And while we're doing this, we're using Ember on the Scyther, and then we're going to use it on the Beedrill. So that way, when Ariados goes down, we don't need to worry about full health bar Scyther and Beedrill, because that would be bad. And Ariados is using Electro Web, but Torchic has haste, because it lowers your speed stat. Torchic has haste, and Torkoal has impervious, so it's not going to affect them at all. And we're just using that Ember Burn Synergy 10, essentially, with our Critical Strike 2 that we have on Torkoal. To take out Scyther first, because Scyther is a very hard hitter. Oh goodness, what was that? There we go. Okay. That's the, hang on a sec. I'm doing two things at once here. Oh my god, okay. So this is the actual Dream and Yell event that I'm editing. Alright, so let's go ahead. And as you guys can see, oh, I messed up. I think I messed up. Did we get the sync move onto Ariados and then I switched back? I think that's what I did. Nope, I got it on Scyther. Heh, whoops. Alright, so we'll export this. You guys are seeing behind the movie magic here. To right there. Alright, cool. Alright, back in the game. So, essentially, this is what we're doing the entire match, is burning Scyther, except for that one mess up where instead of doing the sync move onto Ariados, and Ariados is still getting hurt by burn here, so it's doing burn's working for us quite a bit in this match. And you know, Ember is slowly but surely doing its thing. If we had put Blaine on here, that would have been great, but you know, I preferred, instead of having Sunny Day, which doesn't last the full match, because we wanted to do the special, the reason why we did Koga first was because the first round is using both opposing and allied sync pairs have increased special attack, which is what Torkoal does. Torkoal's a special attacker. Tech unit, but it's a special attacker. And the opposing team is using all physical attacks, pretty much. So that's why we went with this one instead of doing the terrain. Because if you use this on, say you did this one in the second round, where it's the weather effects, then you could use Sunny Day and it'll just remain Sunny Day the entire time. But the problem with that is we wanted to power up, and there goes Scyther. We wanted to power up Torkoal with critical hit rate and with increasing the special attack damage. And we also wanted a healer because you need a healer on your team, man. You need a healer on your team. Boom, boom, boom. Torchic's taking some damage, but I think he's doing okay. He's a fighter, man. Doing Flame Wheel to increase your speed will help you with your move gauge refresh, because the more speed you have, the faster your move gauge refreshes. It also helps that Torkoal's attack move, Ember, is 1 move gauge. That does help out quite a bit for move gauge management. And there goes Starmie. Starmie got poisoned, which is why we didn't want Beedrill to attack. Because Beedrill can really be a poison guy for the whole team here. Ariados can poison as well, but that's a calculated risk that you have to take. And now that Beedrill is so low, we're going to focus our entire attention onto... we're just trying to get to our next sync move, really. And there goes Torkoal. At this point, I know I was like, oh my god, I'm so close, I'm freaking out. But Torkoal has a lot of defense, both special defense and physical defense, so he'll be able to tank, and then the burn takes care of him. Koga. And then one more Ember, and you saw it did 2,000 damage right there. So after enough sync moves and enough build up and support, Torkoal can do some damage. But yeah, guys, that'll get you. This first one was for 1,200 points, and that'll get you a lot of rewards. And then we'll move on to the next one. All right, guys. Next up, we have Will. Here are the options. And again, we're going for another 1,200 points. We don't want to power him up too much. Again, we're going with a, for Will, we're giving him more health than anything. If you guys, we're using Masquerain for trap damage, Iris and Haxorus for 6-star EX, Iris and Haxorus, by the way. For a free-to-play striker that does an AoE sync move, and Xerneas to be our tank and to give us some support here. Because there's not really any good free-to-play dark types yet, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So we're gonna, instead of using type advantage here, we're using the field effects because I know they don't use field effects on Will's team, to where we can just out-damage them with Iris and Haxorus. And so we're going to be powering up Iris and Haxorus with X attack. And we use the World is Vast to get a accelerated move gauge and healing, which is always nice. And we're using Infestation to get everybody trapped, so they can take trap damage. Because doing as much damage to them as possible is really the main focus of this battle. Boom. And trapped. Haha. Cool. You're going down so that we're getting our critical hit rate up. And Xerneas got paralyzed, but I think he'll be alright. And doing this sync move first gives us, even though Iris and Haxorus isn't a special attacker, it does give us special defense and speed maxed out, so that's what we were going for here. Because Iris and Haxorus, being a striker, does not naturally have great defenses. Alright, and now we're going to be using Outrage. It's an Outrage build. Boom. Outrage with Confusion Boon and Sync Nuke. If you guys wanted to know. Now you know. Alright, and we're also using Struggle Bug now to decrease the special attack of the entire opposing field, because they are using special attacks. You can see they're using X special attack all. And that's him trying to increase his special attack before doing a sync move. But because we have our special defense maxed out, and because we're using Struggle Bug to lower their special attack, it's not going to hit nearly as hard as it normally would have. Boom! Alright, let's see the sync nuke, man. Let's see what their sync move's gonna do. Let me get a little drink. Oh. Yeah, see, that did like nothing. Very nice. And again, with Iris and Haxorus, she is 6-star EX and she is a striker, so. And she's a really good striker. She's a really good free-to-play striker. You just have to invest in her, because I highly recommend investing in Iris and Haxorus. Boom, and we're already doing a good amount of damage. And you'll be able to see with this Outrage, we're going to be doing a little bit extra damage because we are already confused. We have Confusion Boon and Lessen Confusion 9 as our sync move, or our lucky skill. So that way, we want to be confused to do more damage, and we get that Confusion Boon 5. And Xerneas is doing his thing, man. He's already pretty much healed up again. And because of the world is vast, Haxorus can recover her health as well, while she's dealing damage with Outrage. And the trap damage is doing what it's doing too. There we go, we got reconfused. Perfect. Lesson Confusion 9 is doing its job. And Xerneas has a Horn Leech build on, tank / Horn Leech. So that's why he's a really good tank right now. Another good tank to put on this stage in particular would be Starmie, because of her X Special Defense All. But if you have any of the other sync pairs that have X Special Defense All, you could use that as well. I would recommend, for those other sync pairs, if it's not Starmie or Xerneas, put those in the, to get like a true tank, and then put those in the number 2 spot. Unless you have someone that's powering up your main striker, which then you probably need to put that X Special Defense All sync pair in that first spot. Because those are usually the supports that have defenses more higher than average defenses, so that might be your best bet. But if you can lower their special attack as well, because there's a few other sync pairs that can do that, definitely go ahead and do that. Moonblast, so any of the Moonblast units, like Xerneas actually, would be able to have a chance of lowering the special attack as well. If you don't have any of the Infestation, well, you've got Masquerain. The other Struggle Bug unit is Alder, I believe. and he's definitely not free to play. But he is very good. People use him against Karen this week because of the bug weakness. We have a different strategy. Yeah, and yeah, this is pretty much the routine, man. We're doing Horn Leech with Xerneas. We're doing Outrage until we get to our Sync move, and then we Sync Nuke. And the Sync Nuke will take care of the sides, so we can just focus solely on Jinx. Yeah, and their special attacks look down all the way. So the only reason why they're even doing that much damage is because of their sync move boost that they get from doing sync moves. Speaking of which, here is Hax versus sync move again. And yeah, the next sync move, they're going down. We're gonna use Outrage on the guy on the right because his health didn't go down as far as I liked. You know, it is what it is. And Xerneas is taking some special defense hits, and yeah. He'll be okay. He'll be okay, okay? I think so. Look at all the health that he's gaining up, because he's got the 2 Master Healer 1s. And there he goes. Xerneas. No. But, you know. It is what it is, man. Boom, goodbye. We're coming close to our next sync move. And Drifloon is going to go down from just Struggle Bugs at this point. Oh, I think we're doing Infestation here just to make sure that she stays trapped. And it does a little bit extra damage. Oh, I think the Infestation takes her out. Yep. And then we already got Confusion or Outrage going. So Outrage is going to take out the Drifloon. Boom, and that is Will taken out with a free-to-play sync pair. Team. Haha. Ta-da. Sorry, I'm still just waking up. And again, an extra 1,200 points, getting us over halfway to our goal. So yeah, we'll be right back. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into Bruno? Yeah, Bruno. Here are the options. And you can see that we're doing more HP because we are doing and defense because we're doing a poison build here. And we're using EX, 6-star EX, Skyla, and Swanna. Koga and Crobat, and our favorite Johto gym leader. Maybe not the favorite, but she's really cool. She's really cool, Koga's daughter. With Ariados. Janine, that's her name. Haha, I knew it. And so, you know what we're doing for this one is just increasing our defense. We're gonna poison the entire opposing team. And Donphan, I really want Donphan. I love Donphan. Give me a sync pair that has Donphan. But here we go. We're gonna go ahead and poison all 3 of them. And Koga's sync move is powered up when the target is poisoned or badly poisoned. And Ariados does Venom Drench, which lowers their attacks, I believe. Let me see. It's an AoE, yeah, it lowers their attacks, yep. And speed, which is also very nice. So we got Ariados covering attack and special attack, and even though they don't have any special attack moves, it lowers their speed as well. And, you know, Skyla is weak to rock type, but because she's the potion master of potion masters, she's gonna be able to tank this. And whatever damage she does take, we'll be able to heal with a potion. But we are lowering their attacks as well, which is really nice. And lowering their speed also lowers their move gauge refresh rate, so it lowers the amount of moves they can do, further decreasing the amount of damage that they can output. But yeah, this is just a slow poison stall team, you guys. Yeesh. So Skyline Swan is actually taking more damage than I like. But in for a penny, in for a pound, am I right, guys? We're just gonna continue to lower their stats with Gyarados. And Venoshock with Crobat is, you know, it's doing its thing. And now we're gonna get into some of the stat boosting stuff for Gyarados. Recovered her health a bit because she took a little bit more damage than I wanted her to from that sync move. And here we get to see Crobat's sync move. Boom, 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 boom. Again, the damage that we're doing with Crobat is just to supplement the poison damage that he's taking. Because with this, I think the round is the status conditions. Like, status conditions take effect easier. And then on round 4, status conditions actually do more damage. So you could use this particular team, or this particular strategy with Bruno for round 4. Instead of what I did, which is I used that particular round for Karen. Because Karen is very difficult this week. Anytime it's the bug weakness Karen, it's always difficult. Alright, we increased our critical hit rate and evasiveness. And we both have haste on Crobat and Swanna, so we don't need to worry about their speed going down too much. Which also helps with our move gauge refresh not getting... the refresh rate not getting slowed down too much. And Blind Spot was there because we increased our evasiveness. If you increase your evasiveness, it can help out Crobat quite a bit. And yeah, Skyla and Swanna is not looking too good right now. Venom Drenching still, we're doing some speed increase here. To get our move gauge refresh rate up a little bit more. Venom Shock, Gust. Because Skyline Swanna has Gust, it really helps with move gauge. Not using up too much move gauge. But Onyx went down. And now we just have to worry about these guys with Rock Slide. And I think Donphan has Earthquake. They have very strong AoE attacks. Boom. So we're getting close to 2k damage there with a sync move. That's not too bad. I'm more worried about this guy on the right as opposed to Donphan. So that's why we're focusing all of our attention on him. Increasing the critical hit rate with Gyarados and using Cross Poison. Just to increase the amount of damage that we're doing. Yeah, see, Donphan's Earthquake doesn't do that much damage as opposed to the Rock Slide. The Rock Slide can do a lot of damage. And here's our next sync move. Luckily, their speed is slowed down so much that they aren't doing that many attacks. And the attacks that they are doing are 3-gauge move attacks, so it takes them a while for them to recover some move gauge to do an attack. Here comes that Rock Slide. Yeesh! Okay, cool, it missed. That's the great thing with these two guys. They increase their evasiveness. So it's harder for them to get hit. Boom! There he goes. Alright, Donphan. You're the last one standing, my dude. Earthquake. Yeet! So close! Bob and Weave with Critical Strike 1 on there. Yeah, I don't think I have Critical Strike 2 on Crobat. I think I just have Critical Strike 1 on him. Venoshock. Trying to get to that sync move as quickly as possible. And... boom. So close! He's so close to going down. I don't want him to because I love Donphan so much, but... yeet! Oh, and Crobat goes down. But the poison takes out Donphan, leaving Janine as the last person standing, giving us the W. And that got us up to 3,700 points, so we're really just a hop, skip, and jump away from getting the 4,200 needed to get all the really good stuff that's necessary to get for Champion Stadium. Alright guys, before we get into Karen, I just want to let you guys know, when I was recording this at work last night, I got interrupted in the middle of the recording, and then I had to restart the recording in the middle of the battle, so there's going to be a slight jump in the gameplay, but that's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the options. Here are the options. We're going to go for the full 4,200 points here. We aren't getting too much. We're not powering them up that much. We don't want them powered up that much. Which is fine. Because, you know, Karen's already super strong as it is. But we are going to be using Giovanni and Mewtwo and Lunatone here to give us our special defense. Because we definitely need special defense. This is, for Karen and for Lance, we're using not completely free-to-play team. But Lunatone is very free-to-play friendly, so that's why we're using Lunatone. And we got Pikachu here to help give us some health, and also to tank some hits as well, because he's a decent tank. But Mewtwo is going to be the one to do the most amount of damage here. Lunatone also increases our special attack, which is very nice. The more damage that we can output, the better. And Mewtwo's just laying down some damage, dude. He's gonna be our Sync Nuker. I wish, and we can do Confusion with Lunatone, which is really nice to confuse your opponent, so that way they have a possibility of hurting themselves. But Critical Strike 2 on Mewtwo. And hopefully, yes, we got a Paralyze there with Pikachu as well, which is very nice as well, because that, you know, affects them. Okay. So that can affect them as well. Right there was the jump cut for the, where I got interrupted. But it's fine. But any chance we can do to disrupt their team, the better. And Mewtwo is just doing some damage. I really wish Mewtwo had his Sync Grid. I understand why they didn't give him his Sync Grid for his rerun event. It's because they don't want a insanely powerful free-to-play Sync pair, because it'll dissuade you from pulling for other Sync pairs. So it's a sneaky thing on the game's developers' part, but I understand because they gotta make money with the game. Oh god, that does so much damage. Luckily we have both potions with Pikachu, so we'll be able to heal up Mewtwo. Here comes the Sync move with Mewtwo. Boom! Alright, very nice. And that stored power took out Lunatone, which is okay because we do have Pikachu who has higher defense stats, as well as the increased stats because of Lunatone's X special defense all. Boom. Well, it's not that much damage, I guess. We're flinching, but that's fine because we're going to be using potion. And Umbreon is almost gone. Almost. Eat. Okay. It's time for Umbreon to leave. Goodbye, Umbreon. And we're going to be focusing on Sharpedo because Sharpedo does the AoE moves here. Whereas Uniculus only uses Shadow Ball. And luckily, our because of Nowhere to Hide increased our evasiveness, we avoided that AoE attack, that Surf from Sharpedo. Here comes our Sync move. I really wanted a 6-star EX for Giovanni and Mewtwo, but nothing yet. Because that would make Mewtwo stupid powerful even without a Sync Grid. Because of an AoE Sync move would be insane with him. A Psychic. So another Psychic ought to do it. Or we're using Confusion. We're trying to get to our Sync move as quickly as possible here. Boom. We have Endurance on Pikachu, so that's another reason why he's a great tank. I think we're just like, yeah, the Confusion's not going to do enough damage. We don't have enough time to get to our Sync move, so we're just going to do a Psychic. That's going to be Pikachu gone, and we just lined up our Psychic to take out Uniculus. Boom. There it is. Mewtwo taking out the Karen Master Mode for 4,200 points. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get into Lance. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into Lance. Here are the option we're doing is use status conditions and other conditions against all opponents. We're not putting on any options because we're already at the 4,200 points that we need. And this is the team that we're going to be using: Rosa and Superior, 6-star EX, of course. Hau and Raichu, and then here's the other free-to-play friendly, but not free-to-play, Drake and Salamence, to give us some defenses. And he's a really good support. He's a really good support. And luckily, he's not weak to any of the opposing team. Because even though he's a dragon, and dragons in the main series game have a ice type weakness, he doesn't have an ice type weakness, thank God. So first things first, what we're doing is X special defense, all increasing everyone's special defense. Raichu's going to be our main striker here, and he's also going to be able to do AoE paralysis with his discharge. And we're increasing special attack with Superior. And if we need to, we're also going to be increasing our move gauge with Superior. And I believe Hard to Starboard also increases our move gauge. But yeah, man, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We put on both Feel the Breeze, or Feel the Alolan Breeze on Raichu. And Superior also doubles as a special defense lowerer, if that's a word, for the opposing team with Energy Ball. So we've got a lot of things working for us here. This is essentially a regular Champion Stadium non-Master Mode playthrough because we're not putting on any of the extra options. Because we don't need to. We already did all the hard work with the Elite Four. We don't need to make the champion any harder. You know what I mean? Boom. And we're doing a lot of damage with Discharge here, so we're doing a good amount of damage outtake. This is an outtake. A good amount of damage output with, especially because it's an AoE attack. It's really good. I really love Raichu. Hopefully Hau gets a 6-star EX in the near future. Still waiting on Barry. Still waiting on Barry. But Karina did get her 6-star EX, which I will be doing a video on pretty soon. This week's kind of crazy because of work. A lot of work this week. Ugh. But, who needs sleep? Am I right? Alright, here comes a sync move with Hao and Raichu. Paralysis really working for us right there. Boom. And Energy Ball lowering their special defense really helps us out too. Because Gyarados' health has been lowered so much, he's going to start using Hyper Beams, which are just going to be very, very powerful. And there goes Salamence. Boom. Hopefully, I think Superior can actually tank this pretty well. At least one of them. Yeah, so she has the reason why I chose Superior for this particular battle is because she has a really high special defense. So she can really tank a lot of stuff. And she has really high physical defense too, so she's a great support. She's a great tank. Boom. Time to energize. We're going to be able to do that last discharge that we need. And there it is. For the win! Free-to-play run, you guys. With a few extra non-free-to-play sync pairs, but they are very free-to-play friendly. But yeah, guys, I hope this helped you guys out if you were struggling with getting these extra rewards. And here we get to see Drake and Salamence, Rosa and Superior, and Hao and Raichu get inducted into the Hall of Fame. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, so you never miss out on any of my daily Pokemon Masters EX content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.